It's just,
Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. I am here with my one and only Ona. Hello, Ona.
hello, hello.
We are here for Moon Shadows, Moon Shadows.
This is hey, right there, music.
Yes, it is a new moon
Okay.
in Pisces.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think music would be a great antidote for your nerves
for what ails you. And we know we're ailing for sure.
to the bone.
It's been tough. It's been tough. We kind of knew this was coming in a way, but you're never quite ready for this stuff. You're never quite ready.
Yeah, because you don't know where you need to defend yourself before you get hit again.
Well, if
You're,
you can step out of the fight too. You don't have to take every punch. Remember, you don't have to take every punch.
yeah,
Um, it's okay to pay. I think it's important to pay attention without letting your attention beat you up
yeah,
or what you're paying attention to beat you up. You know, the new moon in Pisces, Pisces is an energy that's often um, has the vibe of martyrdom. It's like the martyr energy. It's the Christ, it's the part of the Christ energy where he gives up for the sins of the world, right? He gives
yeah,
his life for the sins of the world. And that's kind of, guilt on a platter. Look what Jesus did, and look at you, you ungrateful.
it was the probably the most effective tool in making sure you were always guilty about something
Right,
in our
right,
generation, right?
right.
That
The
was like the
Piscean,
pull that one and you feel guilty.
yeah, the Piscean age is one in which the highest thing you could do is give up your life for someone else. And be a martyr or even be a victim or a
Yeah,
victimizer. That whole victim victimizer thing is a Piscean it's Pisces Virgo axis, right?
yeah, yes.
And we're moving into a new age. And we're moving at light speed right now. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to let go, and kind of that's what Pisces is all about, right? Letting go and letting God energy.
It
And
truly is a letting go energy. If you haven't recognized that in what's happening, what you're being bombarded with, and what you know you need to let go of personally, but letting go energy.
that's right. That's why that song from what is that I don't want to sing the song because it's going to get in everybody's head and everybody's going to hate me. From the Disney movie with Elsie, what is that? The Ice Queen? No, that's not the name of the movie,
Yeah.
right? That movie.
Elsa. And
Frozen.
yeah,
Frozen? Was that the name?
yes.
Yeah, let it go, let it
Yeah.
go, let it go. We've been hearing that. The little kids sing it, everybody's singing it. These things come into our consciousness through the creative process, right? Things like film, which is Pisces.
Yeah.
One of the things you could do with this new moon in Pisces is watch your favorite film.
Yeah.
That would be a good way to sort of work with this energy. Pisces rules that. Pisces rules photography.
Mhm.
Pisces also rules toxicity.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you got a message for,
Yes. And I did not know this. And I'm kicking myself because I just thought I knew a little bit more about plants than I do. So I'm thinking about this new moon. I've just got a little window of time, and the windows are open. They're Indiana's like running through the house pretty much. And I'm like, give me a symbol for the new moon. Just sat quietly in the middle, the second bedroom there, close my eyes. What would be the symbol for this new moon for me? And it was the lily of the valley. I'm like, lily of the valley. Okay. I got up. I smelled the jasmine plant. I smelled the lavender. I smelled them together. Like, no. all right, Lily of the Valley it is. And it's about community energy and the showing the ability that a collective intent can become a collective actualization. And you go, oh yeah, that one, it's poisonous. And I'm like, what? I did not know that. I didn't know that. We used to pick them and chew on the ends of them.
You sure that's not honeysuckle?
No, lily of the valley. We'd pluck them out of their, they just got the two leaves,
Yep.
little bells, and we would chew on the end of them. We didn't get sick, or maybe that's how we got sick.
Well, it's interesting because it's this collective energy that if you try to eat it, it'll poison you, which to me sounds like exactly what's happening in these the people who are trying to eat us, the people in power that are trying to eat us, the collective, us Lily of the Valley people.
Thanks for the spin. I
It
really
just
want
it
it,
just
and I
came
looked
to
it
me.
up. I looked it up. I thought, is it a Pisces flower? Is it something related to that? And it was like, no, it's really like maybe just the first in the spring because we've had 50-degree days for the past couple of days, and the spring is
You can start to feel it.
you could smell it. Anybody can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody.
I haven't smelled it yet, but I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it in my skin when I came out. After we had those days, we had these days and days of like really high winds.
Yeah.
And after that was over, I came out. It was still cold, but it felt fresh. It felt like when I was out, it felt like little needles, like piercing me, but needles of not painful, like just like stimulating and
Yeah.
newness, and we're like on the verge of some newness. Um,
That's this Pisces moon, I think. Honestly, this is, it's the last sign in the zodiac, and I think it's the most potent,
well, yeah, because it holds within it all the other archetypes.
you know?
It's like the repository of everything else. A lot of times when you have Pisces, excuse me, in your chart, or you have a North Node in Pisces, Pisces can take on whatever any of the archetypes. It can express any of the archetypes. So a lot of Pisces, sometimes you don't realize they're Pisces because they're acting out a different one of the other zodiac signs.
Yeah.
But then they start acting out a different zodiac sign, then a different one. Then you go, oh, this person must be a Pisces because they have access to all of that. As the
And
last sign of
Pisces,
the zodiac, it's the repository of everything we haven't actually gotten done yet,
yeah,
which is a little bit scary as we are on the cusp of a whole new consciousness. So there's a lot of things, including the need to be a victim or
yeah,
the idea that somebody's going to save us. Those are all Piscean ideals. And this new lunation cycle is like, okay, here you go. Here's your ideal. And we're in a 9 year. So we're separating things out. Like, what do we no longer need? And then come next year, all those things that were in Pisces are no longer going to be in Pisces. They're going to be in
I
Aries,
know. Yeah, Neptune is
except for the North Node. The North Node will continue to be in Pisces next
and
year.
there's a lot in Pisces right now, not just
Yeah, when we look at the chart, you'll be like, whoa,
so
right?
even if you're not familiar, you'll be aware.
Right. Yes. And Pisces is oceanic consciousness. So, and confusion
Yeah,
and illusion and delusion, but also idealism. So it's a whole milieu
yeah, yeah.
of, but no boundaries. It's boundarylessness. Have you gotten any crystal hits, so to speak?
You know what? I ran straight to Labradorite because again, it's sort of the all-inclusive kind of thing. And the Piscean energy being having such a strong spiritual platform that it's like time to get messages. Labradorite for me is the scrying stone of all scrying stones. where you have your brain just does it. It just seamlessly starts to focus and look in on, and that's what I thought I
Yes,
knew it.
and labradorite has that. When you look at it, it looks like the cosmos itself.
Yeah. And then at the traditional amethyst
Yes, amethyst.
that I had, this one was in my window. It's been in the sun and it has faded. I've had it for a really long time. I just rinsed it off. So it was really dusty. And I noticed it has changed in color over
Yeah.
time. But a long time exposed to really hot sun.
The other Pisces energies that I would add is aquamarine. I think that's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Waters.
Labradorite, aquamarine, and there was one more that was in my head that has since dissipated into the great cosmic sea, it seems.
Well, we know Pisces rules the feet.
A good day to get a foot massage or
Foot
some foot
massage, or
reflexology.
definitely give them a good rinse in holy water.
You could do that. Scrub them. You know, get your little egg. You know, the egg that takes all the hard stuff off your foot.
Mhm.
Give yourself a little pedicure, or get somebody to give you a
Very
pedicure.
Piscean, yeah.
Yeah, take care of your feet. And of course, the Pisces is about understanding. And we stand on our feet, right? We stand on our feet. So we have to
That moves you
understand that.
forward. Hmm.
Yeah. Um, so let me pull up the chart, yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna see what's happening in Pisces right now. Even
Oh
if
my
you
God.
don't know, you know. You'll find out.
All right. I'm just looking to see if I have this up on a thing.
We've
No.
also got to say, and I know we've said it a lot too, and I hope people start to realize and sort of take it seriously and look into it, is the instant manifestation thing,
Oh, yeah.
where you put a call out there and say, what is it you need from me right now? Right now. You get an answer.
Well, the other thing is Pisces is the veil. And so spirit is very close to us at this time. That's why it's also a time when many people are going to move into spirit, and then spirit comes closer to us, right?
Yeah.
And so if you have a question, ask.
Yeah.
And Pisces also rules sleep. So if you have a question, ask before you go to sleep,
Yeah.
and you'll wake up with the answer. It
Mhm.
may take a little practice, but and we
There's
might
a
even be
bunch of
getting
videos that you can use to practice how to lucid dream, a bunch of different methods.
creative visualization is a good way to.
Yeah, it's a total artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Music, creativity of any kind.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know.
So what we're looking at is we're looking at on the left here, we're looking at the new moon just with the Aries rising just to see where all the energy is. And you can definitely see that all that energy is in the 12th house, which is the last house of the zodiac. It's the end of the line. It's dissolution back into uh undifferentiated oneness. And then we have the next sign, which is Aries, which will be the next new moon. And that new moon is going to be an eclipse. So, and this year is very much the energy of Aries and Pisces. Everything was going over the Aries and Pisces cusp, back and forth, back and forth. So we're in this process of letting go, intimating the future, then going back into so there's a lot of past and future, past and future, past and future. And the only way to really navigate, I think, that is to stay in the present
Mhm.
and observe. This is a time for us to bear witness to what's happening and trying not to get too caught up in the loss.
Yeah.
On the right, we have the chart for the US. This is erected for Washington, D.C. at the time of the new moon. And the new moon is at 10 degrees of Pisces. It's in the sixth house. The
Yeah.
sixth house is the house of health.
Yeah.
It's the house of the military. Now, what's happening? We've had the health, RFK with the health, human services, whatever the hell he's in charge of. We have Hexeth, the alcoholic, which very often Pisces is connected to alcoholism because it
Right.
tends to be escapist, right?
Addiction. Yeah. Yeah.
Pisces
Yeah.
can also be associated with lies,
Yeah.
right? And so we have the military, we have the health system, and then of course we also have the sense that there are viruses that are expanding, and we kind of have a little bit of a shutdown in any kind of information for us to know what to do about it, right?
Mhm.
With the CDC, there's a whole bunch of people in the CDC getting fired. There's a whole bunch of people.
That's so scary. Yeah. It's
And
like,
it's a dissolution of that part of the chart in the United States, which deals with, taking care of the common people.
yeah.
So it doesn't mean that it's going to be gone forever or that this is irreconcilable but just know that that's the energy we're in now. And there's nothing we can really, we can do what we can do, but we're not going to solve a problem at this point. We'll be able to solve things when it comes to this, I think, later. My feeling about it, but I mean, what do you think?
I think honestly, it's one of those things where you have to sit on what is it that I can do about this right now
Mhm.
at this moment. I know we've got like a Thursday, that would be tomorrow. Thursday, isn't that national like buyout day? Like don't buy anything. That's one
Friday the 28th
that's
is,
on Friday.
yeah,
Don't buy anything unless it's, essential or emergent. That kind of
right.
thing.
Today's Wednesday. See, we don't even know what day it is.
Yeah.
The only reason I know it's Wednesday is because last night we had astrology salon, and that always happens on Tuesday nights. I think if I didn't have astrology salon on Tuesday nights, I wouldn't know what day it was ever.
Yeah. I don't commit myself to it, but it's always in front of me. So I kind of like I know what's going on. I always have a calendar written and electronic in front of me.
And that's the other thing. There is a certain timelessness about this time. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, Felon 47's been in the presidency for what, 5 weeks? It
This is
seems
a
like
year.
it seems like an eternity.
Yeah. It has been an eternity. It is an eternity. It is.
So we have so let's look at this chart. Well, I'm going to look at this one only 'cause I don't know, it's on the right-hand side, it's easier.
So yeah, the sixth house
It's
of
all the
health.
sixth house stuff. So here's the sun and moon, right, in Pisces. Then we have Saturn. Now Saturn's at 21 degrees of Pisces, which is significant because the progressed sun of the United States of America, after being here for 249 years, is at 21 degrees of Pisces. So we have Saturn, the Lord of Karma, sitting on our progressed sun. The progressed sun is where have we evolved to, right? Where has the country evolved to as a consciousness? And so we're dealing with Piscean issues. We're dealing with addiction. We're dealing with escapism. We're dealing with illusion and delusion. But we're also with that, we have this high spiritual energy. We're more spiritual than we've ever been. We're open to more things than we've ever been in our conscious awareness, perhaps. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there are other lifetimes and other planets and all that stuff. So it's the greatest potential for ill, and it's the greatest potential for healing and compassion. The North Node in Pisces says, forgive, let go,
Yeah.
reimagine, reimagine. And come February of next year, when we're in a 1 year, which is about new beginnings, 10-1 to be exact, which is about change and new beginnings, we're going to have an opportunity to move into a new consciousness whose theme is create your own reality. And I know what kind of reality I want to create.
Right. Mm.
So it's interesting that this full moon and new moon is happening at 10 degrees of Pisces. The sabian symbol is an aviator in the clouds. And it says only the few manage to go beyond levels of normal excellence to master their chosen craft and skill set. This is about attaining the highest level of responsibility that you can imagine, that you can manage. And perhaps that you can imagine, I guess, because it's Pisces. But we're being asked to be our best selves right now, to use all our gifts to move us through this period. That's, I think, the promise of this.
I think that's a great intent to write on your altar. Like just globally, truly.
Yep.
If you're struggling with what you want to put out there,
Well,
right?
it really is, unfortunately, or fortunately, it's really about being your best. You know, the clock's right at least twice a day, right? A broken clock.
Right.
So in the other thing I have here is a tree of life. And do you notice how much Pisces is on this tree of life? Look at all the Pisces. We have Pisces up here. This is where Neptune sits, and Pluto right up here. This is Saturn's place. There's Pisces, the
Yeah.
sun, the moon, Mercury, the North Node, which you don't see on this because there's no place for the North Node. But it's a lot of Pisces. A lot of Pisces. And we have Cancer. We have well, the Earth is in Earth, and Uranus is in Earth, which isn't that stable, honestly. We're going to have as Saturn moves closer, as Saturn continues to move through Pisces. I'm trying to find my cursor. It's going to be making a sextile to Uranus. That's something that's happening this year. And Uranus and Uranus and Saturn are at the end of their synodic cycle. This is like the towards the end of it. And this sextile is a sextile of progressive change. And so it stimulates the power to the people. So we are seeing and witnessing that. And as I said, when Mars is going to go direct, we're going to see people rise up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's starting to.
Yes.
Really paying attention to this Mars direct.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
And
this
it's
eclipse
trine
season,
Saturn.
everything else. Right.
It's trine Mercury. Well, yeah, I guess it's trine Mercury. Yesterday, Saturn conjoins Mercury at 21 degrees. And there's also something else. We just came out of our last hit of our Chiron return, so we're still in the midst of that. But we had our last exact hit on the 18th. That was significant.
February 18th?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. February 18th.
Here, see if I can find this.
And with all this stress in the United States chart, at least in the sixth house, a new beginning for the sixth house being opposite the 12th house, which is the Pisces house. It's about bringing our spirituality down to earth. The healing down to earth. This is an incredible time for healing. And so instead of what I might suggest And I'm going to stop the share right now. What I might suggest, instead of spending the time worrying about everything that's being lost, spend the time working on healing.
Yeah.
Healing so you can let go, healing so you can let go of the fear, healing so you can let go of the catastrophizing.
Mhm.
Because on the other side of this, most of us will still be here. There will be people who pass. I also think that with all the water in this chart, that this lunation cycle we're going to be inundated with water.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So if you're in a
Looks like, well, yeah.
flood zone or there's weather coming through, if they tell you to get out of the way, please get out of the way.
Yeah.
This is nothing to mess with.
Yeah. And that, if that water is not safe after a flood, and now I don't even know if I could believe somebody telling me that it is.
We do have to watch for waterborne illnesses at this time.
Mhm. Yeah.
So work on your immunity.
Yeah.
Use like wash your hands when
Yeah.
you go out. If
It's
you're
truly.
feeling ill, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Wear a mask. Don't spread it or don't get exposed to anything else if you're feeling less than. Pisces also is connected to the immune system.
Yeah. It is immune system based. It's the energy is in the feet. So go barefoot, like around the
Yeah,
new moon if
if
you
you
can,
can.
barefoot, and focus on that, the energy coming from there. Or bless your feet, wash them, do whatever. But this is
Get a
all planets.
pedicure. Get a pedicure, right? A foot massage,
Yeah.
whatever. Take care of yourself. And the nice thing
Yeah.
about foot reflexology is when they rub your feet, it affects your whole body.
Right.
So anything else you want to share or think or anything else coming
I
through?
don't think so. I think it's really, I think it's a real important moon to be write clear intentions on what you want to manifest and really document how quickly it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, things are going to happen
Yeah.
fast, so don't be surprised. But also, it depends on what you're focusing on. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind, because if you're focusing on all the negative stuff, that stuff can come rushing in just as easily. The
Yeah.
universe doesn't have what is that? What's that expression? Doesn't have a horse in the game, or that's not the expression. Um, it's energy, and we have the free will to use it the way we want to use it. And so if you spend your time worrying and concentrating on all this catastrophizing, you can attract that much more easily than not.
Yeah.
So, but it's also true of the good things. So focus on the good things, focus on the world you want to see, focus on your own health and well-being. Focus on the things that are right in front of you that you can do something about, as Ona says, because everything else is just gonna,
Mm.
right?
And no shopping on Friday.
No shopping on Friday.
No
Yes.
shopping.
No shopping.
No.
None. Zilcho. Tomorrow's Thursday. If you have to go to
Oh,
the grocery store, do it before
you
that.
shop tomorrow, you don't shop on Friday.
Yeah.
And if you do, if you have to get like, if, something emergently, obviously, or local, like,
Yes, give it to the local stores. None of the big chains. Go to your bodega.
bodegas are everywhere. And I love every one of them. They're all cool.
All right, guys. We love ourselves some Pisces, right?
Don't spend too much money.
Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful new moon in Pisces, and
Yeah.
remember, focus on what you want to see
Yeah.
in the world.
Music, dance, art, imagination.
Compassion, healing,
Yeah. Yeah.
love, forgiveness.
It happens like automatically with music. You know that.
Yes,
Healing.
it's very healing.
good moon for it.
All right, guys. Until next time, much love. Namaste.